Hey, what's up? Related to the other video that I did on the introduction of the new story mode, it's actually out now on JP, so I figured I'd cover it a little bit. Basically, the biggest thing about this for me right now is the fact that if you look at the drop rates, you notice that the Gotenks card is actually a droppable or farmable unit. Now, I have two of the Gotenks characters that are only at SA level 1, so I'm basically just going to run through a shit ton of times on stage 4 and try and farm as much as I can on these guys. The reason being, it actually has a 50% success rate for level up on SA. So even without, the Z-Awaken, you're getting 50%. And it's a drop card, so, just farm a shit ton of those if you do have one of the Gotenks cards. And it's actually not a bad card to, also build up, max the SA, and kind of use, if you're interested. Looks like with the special attack, once it's activated, your attack and defense is going to go up by 50%. So, I mean, it's an okay, decent card. For Tarble, looks like the passive skill is gonna change strength spheres to agility spheres. So it's one of those orb changers kind of thing. I don't really know what the stats look like for these guys, but as a drop, he's an SSR unit, so that's why the 50% success rate's coming in with the SA. So that's kind of why it's worthwhile, And then once he gets the Dokkan Awaken, looks like he's gonna, do his damage, but also for one turn, it's gonna increase allies' attack by 20%. And then obviously you get these radish items, or the Yokata ne Daikon, and you also get this items as well. Okay, so it says for 2 turns, it's going to change your tech spheres, tech orbs, to agility orbs, and also increase all your allies' attack and defense by 2,500. So, depending on what kind of team you're going with, let's say, for example, a mono agility team, it might be worthwhile to, rack up on these items. It might be useful against like a boss event kind of thing. But yeah, I'm going back and forth between this and the future Trunks event. I'm trying to actually max out the SA for 2 of my Trunks cards. But it's a grind, that's for sure. But based on what I saw with the new story mode on Tarble and Avo and Kato, the drop rates really aren't too bad. I'll go into it here in a second probably, but let's take a look at what you can actually purchase with the Yokata ne Daikon. Okay, so you can get the item here, and then also, some of the Hercule statues, and then, some level up items. I don't really see any Elder Kais and stuff like that, but actually these are kind of nice because I tend to run out on them when I'm farming or, building up SA, so that's actually kind of helpful. Alright, so I'm just going to run through one, and obviously the more fusion characters you have in your team, the higher chances of getting more items per drop, so keep that in mind when you're running through those. I'll do 1 and 4, and just kind of show what difference it might make with the fusion cards, because it'll tell you what the regular drop would be and then what the additional bonus drops are. So I'm just going to go with the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta double lead. As you can see, all my characters are fusion types. And by the way, if you're looking for a shortcut, it's not on this one, but a couple of the other stages, you can bypass a lot of the map. So all these are the daikon radish. So there's plenty on here that you can collect, even without, you know, the fusion types. And it's it's a really easy event. You're not gonna struggle at all, really. So even if you have like the shitty fusion characters, I mean, just go ahead and include them on there, because it's pretty much a breeze. You're not gonna struggle through it or anything. So, you know, it'll be fine by going through, you know, like what is it? You know, all those failed Gotenks characters and Beku and all that, you know. So this one wasn't really that great, but typically, like last time when I did it, I had like an extra 15, an extra 20 drop. So I guess it kind of varies, but sometimes it really does make a difference. And I'm not 100% on stage 4 if it's, you know, a very high likelihood of the card drop. I'm about to go into it and kind of see. This will be my second time running through it, so let's see if it drops twice in a row. So yeah, you see the little cloud on the right. If you do that, you can actually bypass everything. So, you know, if you're trying to speed through it and just work on, you know, getting as much as the cards to drop as possible, you know, in a short manner of time, you know, that's kind of the option to go to. So yeah, you can see, yeah, so it doesn't drop every time, but, you know, you get 4 extra training items by bringing a fusion team, you know, and it varies, obviously, by, you know, your luck and all, but it's definitely worthwhile to have them in here. Alright, well, that's pretty much it. I'm definitely, like I said, going to go through it and grind through it and hopefully get some max out saves for my Gotenks, so I'll catch you guys later.